Here we go. Got a microphone check. How's my audio? Is the audio good? We're on YouTube. We're on Rockfin. And most importantly, we are broadcasting straight into Disneyland, to the Disney adults and the empowered girl boss Disney adult fans out there. We know we got a lot of Disney adults in the audience here. We probably got a lot of Sadhguru fans as well. In fact, I know we got a lot of Sadhguru fans here. We're talking about our friend Sadhguru again. There are far too many people. There are too many people in the world. You can have a dog, you can have a cat, you can have toys, you can have Star Wars, you can play with your sexual object partners, but you will not have the babies. You will not have the babies. Me and my friend Klaus Schwab, we make very sure to help to incentivize the women to have very few babies. Because the babies are not bad. The babies are not very bad, but you cannot have them. You cannot have them. Too many babies is very bad. Very bad. We've been talking about this guy for a few years now, and he recently went on Joe Rogan. There was a clip from Rogan's channel. You can't really watch those clips. They're pretty aggressive. They're little copyright strike, DMCA claims from Rogan's channel. They're relatively aggressive. We're not going to watch that clip, but we'll warm up with Sadhguru, who is... This dude's like a cartoon character. This dude's like a cartoon character of a, new age guru, motivational speaker. He's like a corporate Osho. That's Sadhguru. Sadhguru is I am Osho, but I am more safe. I am like Osho, but I have connections that Osho did not have. I have the connections to the World Economic Forum. I am like Tony Robbins, who smoke a hashish. I like a Tony Robbins who maybe smoke a little hashish, but mostly take prescription pills. All right, we'll warm up with Osho.
The United Nations,
not Osho,
making predictions that by 2050 we will be 9.7 billion people.
This is our friend Sadhguru, everybody.
If all these people get educated, get technologically empowered, 9.7 billion people or nearly 10 billion people on this planet…
Oh my goodness.
is for sure going to be a disaster.
For sure?
Yes. We can make arrangements, we can improve the arrangements, we can make more energy-saving machines, we can recycle the shit.
We can make you eat a poo-poo.
Step aside, skim milk. You're done, almond milk.
So Sadhguru, remember this guy has spoken at the World Economic Forum several times. This guy has advocated for things, of course, like the reduction of meat consumption, the pursuit of careers for women rather than having children and families, and also government policy to decrease fertility rates, as well as more drastic interventions. That he's really consistently pushing this idea of drastic intervention to slow population growth.
The good grown-ups
Here he
on
is
the
dancing
TV
in front of a
screen are
giant
trying
Shiva
to help us
statue.
solve this #climate crisis by helping us sterilize ourselves and eat sustainable nutrient-fortified vegan kibble so our sick, sad, dying mommy earth can feel all better.
Notice how Sadhguru, and I edited this video probably, what do you think, this was like 3 years? Yeah. This must have been 3 years ago. I mean, this was before all the, this must have been 2019. So I think 2019, maybe early 2019, that was when I edited this video. Much has obviously happened since then. we've had a full-on acceleration of all these agendas. But Sadhguru, he's been on our radar here for a long time. But notice as Sadhguru dances in front of the giant Shiva statue, right?
And nutritious.
Here he is dancing in front of a giant Shiva statue at this huge festival, right? In this religious ecstasy with his Isha Foundation, whatever this is, giant rally for, for all the extra people over here in India that he's always telling to sterilize themselves, don't have children, right? But then, there are way too many people, but let's get a few thousand people to watch me dance in front of a giant Shiva statue. There are far too many people, but, he could always use more people donating to his philanthropic endeavors, right? Because he's a philanthropist. He does much of philanthropy. Right, so his Isha Foundation, Sadhguru's Isha Foundation is, they're involved in philanthropy of getting paid by the Indian government in this like weird money laundering scheme to plant trees, right? So they get, this is tax-exempt foundation, and they take all this international money. He goes on Joe Rogan and convinces Rogan's dumbass audience to send more money to his foundation. He convinces these people he's some sort of a spiritually advanced, uber guru. Right, he's a modern guru. He's so cool. He's up with the times. He rides around on a motorcycle. He wears cool clothes, and he swears and he says all sorts of cool things. And he's so based because he tells people to not have children, that they need to sterilize themselves, to spay and neuter their sexual object partners, and live a life in pursuit of happiness. Right, his foundation, their whole scam is getting money from their government to plant trees. And there are a lot of controversies about where they're planting these trees. Right? So they're planting a lot of these trees in areas that shouldn't be trees, ruining riverbeds, ruining the routes of rivers with some of these trees. It's not just, you can just go up indiscriminately planting trees and think this is somehow going to save the world. All right, so he's shady endeavors, Mr. Sadhguru here is involved in.
#climate crisis by helping us sterilize ourselves and eat sustainable nutrient-fortified vegan kibble so our sick, sad, dying mommy earth can feel all better. I'm going to ask my wife's boyfriend if it is socially acceptable to consume cockroach milk as an ethical vegan and animal rights activist.
Discovered cockroach milk has 4 times as much protein as cow's milk. 4 times as much.
Yes. We can do all this, no matter what we create, no matter how much we strive, whatever we build, everything is going to be insufficient, because the planet is going to be insufficient. I was in a conference and I said, see, unless you reduce the human footprint on the planet, There is no solution for anything.
Oh.
Then they asked me a brilliant question, how do you reduce the human footprint? I said, you have to reduce the number of feet.
You like how he cues a sycophantic audience to laugh with him. It's just like when Bill Gates says, oh, we're gonna have to get, got these numbers over here, and we have this equation, and it's people times carbon times number of services, and this equals CO2 equals global warming, and we're gonna have to get one of these numbers real close to zero. And the old audience just erupts in like laughter and applause, like, yes, oh yes. Oh, we have to get, we hate people, yes. I mean, it's almost a subconscious thing for a lot of these people, these yuppies who are at this, whatever, Isha Foundation conference that our buddy Sadhguru here is speaking at. It's like it's a subconscious thing. These people aren't thinking in their, many of them are not thinking in their mind, oh yes, we should just get rid of all the useless eaters. Stupid people. There are too many people. We need to get rid of them all. These people they don't really even realize what their automatic reaction is, right? Because this is the worldview that's been ingrained in us since we're children, right? All these nature documentaries, all these Disney films, right? Human beings in the nature documentaries, in the Disney films that people are raised on, the human beings are the enemies, right? Human beings simply existing, eating food, living, building homes. You're terrible, right? I mean, human beings are the reason Bambi died. Bambi's mom, rather, right? Human beings are the reason that poor little Bambi's mommy was killed by an evil hunter. Right? Human beings owning guns, owning property. You are the reason that poor little Nemo couldn't get found for so long. Right? It took him so long to find little Nemo because the people won't stop having babies. Right? When you listen to David Attenborough, where's these poor little ants are being displaced by disgusting human beings. Look at the beautiful cockroaches, just trying to live out their lives and do them. The female cockroaches just trying to live their best lives are being eradicated at such a rapid rate by the growing human population. If we could only find a way to sterilize more people, perhaps influence them culturally to stop having babies, then these cockroaches will thrive.
The only way. I'm not saying children are bad, they're wonderful, but it's just too many. We as human beings, we are wonderful, but we are too many. We are so many that the insect population is going down. No, it's not a joke, it's very threatening. If the insect population disappears, the planet will be destroyed. Yes, the worms disappear, the planet will be destroyed. If you and me disappear, planet will flourish.
Planet will… Or if we kill the poor insects, Mommy Earth will be super sad. If we kill all the human babies, Mommy Earth be super happy. Yes. Oh. If the human beings all disappear, all the problems of human beings will disappear because there will be no human beings to make the problems. I mean, it's just… The audience is very likely not coming from, this place of sinister hatred of human beings. I mean, at least not consciously. I feel like the audience reactions are this like unconscious manifestation of the constant propaganda they've been hit with for their entire life. Right? I don't think the audience is really as wicked and spiteful towards human beings as our friend Sadhguru here is. But, maybe a portion of the population really does buy into it. Then, of course, Sadhguru, and these people, these population, bomb, right? The population bomb was the term that Paul Ehrlich came up with in like the 1960s. The people who believe in this idea of the population bomb and overpopulation, they never want to actually be philanthropists, because if they truly believed this, wouldn't they start with themselves? Wouldn't they start with removing themselves from the evil carbon equation? Well, no, we have to get rid of the useless eaters. I'm clearly not a useless eater, right? You know, Prince Philip, he wasn't a useless eater. You know, Prince Charles, he's not a useless eater. He's one of the people that deserves to eat. He won't be eating cockroach milk himself. He'll be dining on the finest cuisine. He'll be eating the finest muttons from the Queen's herd. But yes, so there's useless eaters over there in Latin America who grow our food. We'll keep a certain portion of their population, and then we'll displace great portions of the population in order to displace the a little bit more rowdy populations in the global north. Yes, we'll take a little bit of the global south, move it into the global north, and we'll just sort of get this nice little melting pot of the people who will enjoy the true equality. Yes, we will have the liberty, and they will have the equality. And of course, we will program them with a feeling of fraternity. We all want this global mind, but of course, in this global organism that is humanity, Prince Charles and Sadhguru, the World Economic Forum, these people are more near the head of the organism, yes, but the useless eaters who make our food and entertain us, they would be more near the bottom, of course.
Our life expectancy has improved. This means we have taken death into our hands. When we take death into our hands, it is our business to take birth also into our hands, isn't it?
I feel so empowered on my vegan climate activist hero's journey.
Alright, so Sadhguru, I think there's a few other clips of Sadhguru. Oh, we do have David Attenborough here talking about the world, the human population. Oh, we have to, decrease the human population. All right, this is the worldview across all of the elite, the economic elite, in the public eye. All right, all of these people, they might bicker about this and that. They might have certain allegiances to, certain ethnic parties or national parties. They might have certain allegiances. Do specific models of a global corporate governance, but they all agree that you need a global corporate government. Or they all agree that you need radical and sometimes rapid, and in some cases they maybe think it's a better slow approach would be better through propaganda. But they all agree on the need for depopulation. They all agree on the need for decrease in the human population, right? Both getting people to decide, right, and use their own free will and to willingly forego having children and families, or through other means. Right? Prince Philip often gloated about his desire to forcibly sterilize people. I think we do have a clip here of Prince Philip. Let's continue here. The close friend of our buddy David Attenborough here. Sir David Attenborough. They all love the idea of sterilizing people, both voluntarily and then perhaps even through other methods. Right? Because Mother Earth is dying. We're in an emergency. This is war. We need a climate. We need to declare a climate emergency. This is the language that we're hearing from now from Prince Charles, Prince Philip's son. We need to declare a global emergency in order to mobilize everybody in what he called, this is quoting him, right, a Marshall Plan style global mobilization, a war mobilization against global warming. Yeah, no. What we've seen with the mobilization of the global economy for other, crises, for other manufactured, perceived crises. That wasn't just about the health of the planet, it was about the health of the people on the planet, if you catch my drift, right? The response to this, the COOF response, was basically everything that these people have been looking for and lobbying towards, that they want to mobilize against climate change.
We all know that every additional person will need to use some carbon energy, if only for firewood for cooking, and will therefore create more carbon dioxide. Similarly, we can all see that every extra person is or will an extra victim of climate change. I meet no one who privately disagrees that population growth is a problem. No one, except flat earthers, can deny
people are just victims of climate change. Why would you want to be born if you're just going to be a victim of climate change?
Of our Earth taken from the Apollo mission. Every one of these global problems, social as well as environmental,
Look at the picture he puts up there.
becomes more difficult,
The blue marble.
and ultimately impossible to solve with ever more people. Thank you.
I am so glad the good grown-ups like David Attenborough and Prince Philip, friend of philanthropist Jimmy Savile, and the father of Prince Andrew, close friend of champion of science and philanthropist Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, see, isn't it funny how these people, they're all close friends with dudes like Savile and Epstein. But these are the people, they're philanthropists, right? Epstein was a philanthropist. If you looked at Epstein's Wikipedia page before he finally got arrested and went down, he was a philanthropist. Right? He was an entrepreneur and a philanthropist. I mean, who doesn't want to be an entrepreneur and a philanthropist?
Scary, and I need the good government grown-ups.
And look after their health. So have a few, and then if you want to go...
Scary, and I
Prince
need
Philip
the good
here.
government grown-ups to fix it and give 16-year-old human shield Greta her future back.
He promoted this on television, and he went around all the agricultural shows, and he had he was a one-man thing, and it had a tremendous effect.
Prince Philip here is giving this
to 1%.
This eloquent, beautiful speech about this lovely man who went around and convinced people in Asia to sterilize themselves, men to have vasectomies.
And look after their health. So have a few, and then if you want to go on entertaining yourself, have a vasectomy. Oh, yes. Well, how do I do that? Well, I'll organize it for you. We'll have buses running into Bangkok on the King's birthday, very auspicious day. And you will go into, and he took over a whole lot of school halls and that sort of thing. And he showed me a photograph of all these beds and everything. And people went in, and I said, but how did they take it? Well, he said they didn't like being seen to have the operation. Oh, I said, really, how do you do that? I've had visions of, putting up. Oh, he said, it's quite simple. I blindfolded them.
Just blindfold the buggers. We just blindfolded them. All right, anyway, so that's a video I did like 3 years ago. Our buddy Sadhguru, the philanthropist, Sadhguru, and he's been pretty busy the last few years. I gotta say, he's up on that hustle. He's up on that entrepreneurial grind. Let's see, it wasn't this video. We got a few clips here of Sadhguru that we're going to be taking a look at. I do kind of want to avoid the ones that are from his, that are on his channel, because these people, I mean, I know with Osho, if you watch any Osho clip, you will instantly, your video will be removed. So the Osho Foundation, you can't do it on YouTube. We might have to do a special stream on Osho and his anti-natalist population control ideas just over on Rockfin. And reminder, if you're watching over there on YouTube, if you are watching on YouTube, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Bigots on YouTube. Haven't bantered with you guys much. Haven't been here for almost a week. Good to see you guys. You guys make sure to share the video, like the video, hit the thumbs up. Not enough people. We got a bunch of bigots watching. Not enough bigots hitting the thumbs up. If you guys want to stop the climate crisis or accelerate the climate crisis, whichever one you wish to do, hitting the thumb up is the best way to do that, and then sharing the video. All right, so say you're a fan of climate change. Say you like the climate changing. You want it to change more and more rapidly. Share the dang videos, because YouTube will not be sharing the dang videos. It's very difficult to get notifications here. But if you do hit the bell notification icon, maybe every once in a while YouTube will send you a notification. But we will send you a notification if you click the link in the description that says get notified for upcoming streams. Let's see. I think I turned on the notifications for StreamYards today. Streamlabs. If you want to support the work we do here, make sure to drop a tip via Streamlabs. If you got questions, comments, whatnot, drop a tip via Streamlabs. The link is in the description, and the link is in the chat. I'm going to pin that link. Wait, maybe I shouldn't pin it. Well, I'll pin a different link later. But hey, I just dropped it in the chat there. Maybe my loyal mods will help me to drop those links in the chat. If you got questions, comments, or if you just want to support the stream, we get no support from YouTube, right? But you guys, the viewers, are the ones who keep this going, right? You guys are the ones who bring this stuff to the forefront by sharing these videos, by liking the videos. Big shout out. There was a guy that left really nice comments in the last stream, John MC, over there on YouTube. John MC, it's super weird. I made a post on my community page thanking you for that kind comment, and the comments disappeared, dude. I can't even see your user profile anymore, John MC. But John MC really liked the last streams on Dostoevsky. All right, it was a little bit more, in-depth literary, philosophical streams. Those are some classics. You guys make sure to go back and check out the streams on Dostoevsky. John MC, I don't know what's going on, dude, but I cannot see. You left these great comments. He said something like, these lectures were higher quality and better than what I've heard at universities, at top-level universities, and I think he named like Yale and Princeton. He said he's been at these universities for 60 years and hasn't seen better lectures on the topics that we talked about. We talked about Dostoevsky, The Spirit of Revolution. We talked about the historical and autobiographical and pretty dang funny novel, Demons. So shout out to John MC. I don't know what's going on, dude. I don't have you blocked, but I can't even see your thing. YouTube is glitching out. YouTube's crazy. That's why you guys got to go over. Y'all got to go over to Rockfin. We got a good group of people watching over on Rockfin. So YouTube, not a very supportive platform, but you know what? We deal with it because most of our audience is on YouTube. But you guys share the videos, like the videos, and if you want to watch over there on Rockfin, great quality on Rockfin. Rockfin allows you to tip. We got a great tip over here from Johnny. Johnny stowed me our tipping $5. Thank you very much, Johnny. Says, love you and Jay. Keep up the great work. Appreciate that. Yeah, we did a stream with Jay the other day over on Jay's channel, expanding a little bit more on Dostoevsky. And yeah, thank you very much, you guys, over there on Rockfin, where there's no censorship, where we get to say what we want to say, and where we don't have to deal with algorithmic manipulation and all that like we do on YouTube. So anyways, all right, so back to Sadhguru, the population bomb, the ticking time bomb. That term population bomb, whenever you hear that, whenever you hear about global overpopulation, this idea goes way back. All right, this idea goes back, it goes back to like Malthus, right, who was a degenerate pseudoscientist, a British pseudoscientist, 19th century thinker who believed that we need to drastically depopulate. He even advocated, he was a British guy, he was, I think, a minister or something in the Church of England as well. This dude was just off the charts with his genocidal maniac worldview, much like Prince Philip, Prince Charles, all the royals, much like Lord Birkenhead, who we've explored, who we're going to explore in a stream coming up, as we got a new book from Lord Birkenhead, this futurist visionary book that we're going to be kind of analyzing here. But all of these people, especially in the British aristocracy, they tend to have this kind of Anglo-supremacist idea that there are too many people in the world, but of course not too many of them, right? Like their families are cool. They need more of them. We need more of me, but less of you guys, less of you lot out there. Too many of you little breeders out there in the world. And Malthus, he came up with his pseudoscientific theory of the necessity of drastic depopulation through examining fruit flies in a jar. This is not a joke. The dude put fruit flies in a jar and said, once you get a certain amount of fruit flies in the jar, there's not enough food for them and they'll die. Oh my goodness, we need to kill all the people. This is the conclusion he came to. These people are absolutely mentally ill, right? And borderline retarded. These are borderline retarded people who are coming up with these ideas. But these are high IQ retards. You can have a 130 IQ and be a retard. And we see that a lot in these little depopulation advocates. More recently, we've got Paul Ehrlich. So one of the most important texts for understanding the methodologies of the the green movement and what it's really about, and what the depopulation, overpopulation / green transformation stuff is really about, is ecoscience. And this is a textbook used in universities. This was first published, I think, in like 1971. Paul Ehrlich and John P. Holdren. So Paul Ehrlich was all over TV. He was, it's 1970, copyright 1970. So it's an old book. It's kind of hard to find a good physical copy of this book. Pretty expensive these days. But the 13th chapter of this is the Populations Policies chapter. And this is a book that was in universities. Paul Ehrlich was not just some weirdo, random person. Well, he was a weirdo. But he was on television. You go on Johnny Carson talking about, there's too many people. We got to get rid of all the people. Too many babies being born. We got to decrease the human population. Stop the babies from being born. We got to turn the ladies into Chihuahua mamas rather than mothers of children. Right? We got to influence women to have alternative lifestyle choices, career women and whatnot. We need to decrease the human fertility rates through any means possible, is what he advocates in this book. The 13th chapter, called Population Policies, starts out with a quote from Mao, right? Everybody's favorite mass murderer, Mao. Everybody's great philanthropist, everybody's favorite philanthropist who helped to advocate for depopulation, Mao. Mao Zedong said, of all things, people are the most precious. Oh, what a sweet man. What a sweet man, Mao. How many precious people was Mao responsible for depopulating? So anyways, this book, they actually get into the idea of the promotion of non-traditional relationships, non-traditional family structure, sexual education, mass mind control via media, legal system changes in order to provide legislation that will decrease human population. Ultimately ends up saying that, well, if it gets too out of hand, we might need to put something in the water to sterilize people. We might need to develop things like, maybe, happy, healthy, mandatory injections. Happy, healthy, mandatory injections. Oops, there we go. Happy, healthy, mandatory injections for the regulation of the immune system to attack fertility. Well, let's get the human immune system to attack fertility. And of course, the World Health Organization in 1987 was engaged in such projects, right? Also, World Health Organization helped to fund work by guys like Griffin here, working on safe and effective methods for fertility regulation. Right? I mean, we've got scientific study after scientific study about safety and efficacy of placental antigen happy, healthy medicine injections for fertility regulation. This is that's just the WHO. Right, just all the WEF types, Rockefeller Foundation out of Geneva, Switzerland, with the WHO, looking at fertility regulating medicines. That's the World Bank, WHO, and United Nations Development Program, Special Program for Research Development and Research Training in Human Reproduction, 1993. And these aren't just maybe we should think about this idea. You've got hundreds of pages. This is this is like a almost 60-page study. 60-page study from 1993 looking at the development of these technologies. So, look, we're going to see what we see with the lady bosses, the empowered, sustainable girl boss, women queens, choosing to be childless, choosing to be career women instead of having families. This is the soft application, right? This is the soft application of the nudging. This is the cultural nudging through mass media, through influencing people with this worldview. But there are other methods. There are harder methods that some of these people say we should go towards. And Sadhguru, he definitely is an advocate of
Somewhere around 33 crores, we have reached 120 crores.
Of depopulation.
Which is a disastrous increase in human populations. If we want to solve any problem, ecology…
Oops, sorry. I had no audio.
3 crores, we have reached 120 crores today, which is a disastrous increase in human populations. If we want to solve any problem, ecology or economic or whatever, one important thing is we must consciously decide what kind of population is manageable for a nation like us, and we must try to cap it there. Being a democracy, we can't cap it by force like some other countries have done.
Oh, being a democracy, we cannot do this by force. Hey, the USSR, that was a great experiment in democracy, as Bertrand Russell called it. That was a great scientific experiment in the scientific management of society, as Bertrand Russell called it. He said that was the peak of scientific society and development in the Soviet Union. So yeah, when this guy talks about democracy, this is democracy. The USSR, that started with the idea of, this is going to be a democracy. This is for the people. This is the proletariat's revolution. This is the people's uprising. Look how that turned out. The People's Republic of China. That's democracy. This is what democracy gets you. This is what democracy looks like. All right, so we don't want to watch too much of this clip from Sadhguru because that is on his YouTube channel. If we watch it on his YouTube channel, you might run into some issues. But another clip here.
We could do that. It's just that they are 3 planets Earths.
Okay. Right, this is your spiritual self-development guru. This is the dude that Google and these massive corporations, they'll bring in Sadhguru for he's like an Indian Tony Robbins, right? So the Google campus in India, I'm sure they've had our boy here Sadhguru come and speak. He's self-help, self-development. He's a religious leader. Now, this is what all the self-help stuff that you see in the West, right? It's just dudes doing the same thing that Sadhguru does, except they're wearing suits.
You want to find out? Find out.
Whoa.
Find out.
Here we go.
You'll come at me and you'll find out how strong I am.
The alert box is working, folks.
Okay? You'll find out.
Yeah, we got Mark Passio there. Mark Passio coming in hot. Everybody's favorite, his favorite vegan activist, Mark Passio. Let me read that one. There we go. Thank you guys for reminding me. I do have the notifications on. Sid Meister donated $5. You guys make sure to support the stream. You must support the stream if you want to reduce the human population. You must make sure that you do not donate to this stream by this bad bald man. There is very bad bald man. His name, Tristan. He has YouTube. He talks a lot of shit on the YouTubes. He tells you should not recycle the shit and eat it. He tells you should not eat the bugs. But that is because he is a bigot. And he promotes nothing but bigotry. He promotes the bigotry. He does not like our friend Mark Passio. He believes that Mark Passio is a retard. But I am Sadhguru, and I say do not donate. If you donate to this man, and if you support the stream via the Streamlabs, you will make so many bad things happen. So many bad things will happen to you if you support this man. You must stop supporting this man. You must stop. The Streamlabs link is in the description. It is in the chat. Do not click it. If you click that and you donate to him, you will only accelerate bigotry and population growth. He will teach you how to eat proper human appropriate diet, and this will result in terrible things like perhaps fertility. I thank you guys for supporting. You guys are watching on Rockfin. Remember, you guys can drop those tips. There's that tip button on Rockfin. You guys got to test that tip button. I don't know what's going on Rockfin, but YouTube's catching up to you guys on tips. YouTube people are starting to remember they can drop a tip. All right, guys. So yeah, back to Sadhguru.
Your sense in place, you decided that instead of having 6, let's have 2 or 1. So if your sense can work to that extent, right now we are in a place where if we have to feed, clothe and offer a decent life…
That's racism, man. I love to racism, bro.
What? Aaron dropping $10. Aaron Burrows, aka Aaron the Big Black Dude. He's got a wrench in the chat. I know Aaron. I've known Aaron for years. Thank you, man. I'm really glad that you stuck around and enjoyed the stuff we've been doing here for so long. Aaron Burrows donating $10 says, "Love you, brother. God bless you and your family." We have to remember to support the content we want in the world, and it's the content we need right now. There you go. That's what's up, man. Good reminder. All you bigots, if you act like Aaron Big Black Dude, you must recognize you are only empowering somebody who is making the most global warming happen every day. The climate change more and more. The more you donate to this man, climate will change. He will continue to speak against the agenda to make ladies into girl bosses, super empowered and happy girl boss queens. If you want to support the queens, do not support this man. The link should not be clicked. Do not click the link. If you click the link that says to support the stream, if you click the link, it will harm you. It will make you reincarnate as midget. It will make you reincarnate as little dwarf man. Do you want to reincarnate as little dwarf man? You will reincarnate as bald dwarf man. You will reincarnate as 4'9" little midget dwarf with micro penis. Do you want that? I tell you right now. I talk to Shiva, and Shiva tells me, you should make sure to continue to take drugs. He tell you, this bald man, he very bad. He tell you, this bald man, he have beard, he very bad man. Bald man, very bad. He will tell you that you should not listen to Sadhguru. He will tell you that you should not take the mushrooms, that you should not use the drugs. He will tell you to have families, to worship God. He will tell you that Christ is king. These things I do not want you to believe. You must listen to me. I talk to Shiva. Shiva tell me you reincarnate as micro penis, as the micro penis of a dwarf. You will reincarnate as cockroach that will be milked infinitely, that will be milked for all eternity. You do not want that. Do not have children. Do not donate to this man. Do not support streams by this man.
For the 7 billion people, we need, for the standards that we are thinking of, for the standards that most people are aspiring for, we need to outsource our resources from at least another 3 planets Earths. We need at least 3 more planets. We could do that.
If we are going to have all the people in the world have equality and all be Disney adult, you want to all be Disney adults, you go to Disney World. You want to go to Disney World. I know you do. I know you do. We all want to go to Disney World. We all want to play. We take a picture with Mickey Mouse. You know, we maybe go on Star Tours ride. We go on Star Wars ride. We take a picture with man in costume. Yes, we want to go there. We cannot all go and do the Disney adult lifestyle. How can we all be entrepreneurs and married to the hustle, with 4 side hustles to make the monies, if people are making babies? How will you have time to fulfill yourself with side hustle? How will you have time to fulfill your entrepreneurial duties if you have to wipe the baby booties? This is not sustainable.
It's just that they aren't there. If they were there, no problem, we could have gone and towed one planet close to us and used that planet. But there isn't any other. So till we find such one, it's good to hold your reproduction, isn't it? Till we find extra planets where we can export our people.
You may not have the babies until we find extra planets. Do you see how this is the stupidest? People actually listen to this and are like, whoa, bro. Right? Joe Rogan, listen to this. He's just mind blown. Neil deGrasse Tyson, Sadhguru, and Joe Rogan sitting around waxing poetic on how many planets we need so that we can export all the people to them. This dude is legit ridiculous. This guy's ridiculous. This guy's laughing at the people who listen to this stuff. He's like, if we want to have enough people, we want to have more people, we need more planets. Look at this. There are too many people. Look at this. There's only one chair on this stage. Sadhguru, sit in chair. You all sit below me. Little underlings, you sit below me. You listen to me. There's only one chair up here. How can we fit more people here? How more people fit up here? There's only one chair.
It's good to hold back your reproduction, otherwise nobody is going to live well on this planet. It doesn't matter what technology you bring, it doesn't matter what you do. Nobody is going to live well on this planet if you continue.
So this is his thing, right? Like, well, the planet's dying. Mommy Earth's super sad. But most importantly, if you have kids, you're not gonna be happy. You won't be fulfilled. You won't be able to live your best life. If you want to be living your best life, you don't want children. All right, so we're not going to listen to any more of this video. You get the point here. Here he is at the World Economic Forum, 2019. Our boy here, over at the World Economic Forum, speaking with, who is this guy he's speaking with? All right, let's listen to this one.
Eat is ecologically disastrous. The way we dress is ecologically disastrous because the third largest polluter on the planet is textiles. Most people don't know this. So, everything that we do has become violent in the world, the very way we exist.
Your existing is violent. You human being, you having those human feet and making all the carbon footprints. Think about how that is violence. This is violence. Oh my goodness, this is violence. You existing is violence. And therefore, we must take our violence into our hands. You see how they justify this? But they say it in a nice way. Oh, look at me. I got this beautiful beard, this beautiful flowing beard. Look at my little turban. Look at my beautiful hemp garments draped over me. I'm this harmless, sweet little guru. But then what he says is just absolutely monstrous.
So this transformation needs to happen. More understanding of, not of ecological sciences, more of life in terms of that this life can only happen if everything else is well. This is slowly sinking into people. I feel in terms of awareness, substantial work has been done, but now it is time for action. Because if action doesn't happen now, the window of action that we have, once we miss that, then what we need to do will be much more, and the pain that we will go through as humanity will be much more.
There's the threat. There's the threat. Oh, look at you, the human, you existing as violence. You breathing, look at you. You have these clothes, textiles, that is violence. And if we don't do something now, what we have to do later will be more violence.
People think planet is in peril. No, planet is not in peril. Don't you worry about Mother Earth, she will bounce back. Only human life could become very cruel if we don't handle it now.
Oh, so don't worry. Mother Earth's gonna be fine, but we will make you miserable if you don't act now. What we will have to do will be so horrific if you don't act now. Don't have babies, or it's just gonna it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell for you. You see how dark these people are? These people come to you selling you enlightenment, selling you, oh, you're gonna live your best life. You're gonna be so empowered. You're gonna transcend your ego. But then what they actually tell you is, you are filth, listen to me or else.
So in the session we just attended here at the Economic Forum, I think there was a sense of relief actually in your frankness. You brought up some issues that others are reluctant to bring up.
Always. All the religious groups are against me because I'm talking about population. They want more souls. I want less on the planet.
Wow. So there you go. This Sadhguru, we watched this clip a couple years ago, back around the time it came out. Mask off moment. And this technocrat on the right, this, I don't know what you want to call this guy. I sometimes I forget I'm on YouTube. There's certain words you don't want to use on YouTube, but this genocidal technocrat on the right, this effeminate, giggling, little Masonic necktie wearing douchewad on the right, he just loves it, right? Oh, it was very relieving. We were so relieved to hear you speak. So relieving. So you're thinking, oh, well, maybe Sadhguru was talking about, self-empowerment. Maybe Sadhguru was talking about, releasing your trauma. He was teaching you breath work. He was teaching some Tony Robbins style self-empowerment. How to level up with your side hustles. No. He was telling people at the World Economic Forum, he's telling Klaus Schwab's little minions, he's telling the self-proclaimed economic elite that we got to get rid of the people. The biggest problem in the world is that people exist. And if we just get rid of the people, then we won't have problems anymore. This is what his message is. This is his main message. And his foundation, all about planting trees, right? This idea of the tree. Remember we discussed the French Revolution and how the French revolutionaries would replace the crosses and cemeteries with the new symbol of the revolution, the trees of liberty. And Jefferson, who expressed a love, respect, and admiration for Weishaupt, and even directly quoted Weishaupt, right, and calling Jesus their grand master. Right, Jesus is basically just this Masonic figure to these deists and Masons and Illuminists like Jefferson and Weishaupt. Remember, he used to say that the tree of liberty needs to be watered with the blood of patriots. Well, the new tree of liberty in the this new global system, where the war is for liberty, fraternity, equality, right? This stuff, these ideas are still being sold to us, but the meanings are constantly shifting because these are empty platitudes. These are spaceholder words. These are concepts that can be manipulated, altered, shifted, and changed with the times as social engineering and cultural development tools. So liberty, fraternity, equality, and the new liberty trees that are being planted by the Isha Foundation all over, those are watered with the blood of the displaced peoples that are being removed from the land that these trees are liberating, right? Those trees of liberty are liberating the land from the evil people. The new revolution is a total revolution. It is a totalitarian takeover of every aspect of our lives in the name of sustainability, in the name of health, in the name of solving the world's problems and making us all happy, healthy, and equal. And giving us the freedom to do what people like Sadhguru, Klaus Schwab, Osho, Weishaupt, Buonarroti, Babeuf, all these French revolutionaries whose Saint-Just and these people whose legacy we still see continuing today in the modern revolutionaries, right? We have the freedom to do what those people tell us. You have the freedom, right? In the French Revolution, you had the freedom, you had the liberty to do what Robespierre said. In the Bolshevik Revolution, they were telling these people that you will be given land and bread and land. And guess what? They took their bread and they took their land. You're fighting for the freedom, the liberty, fraternity, equality. You're fighting to have equality as slaves, liberty to choose only that, and the fraternity of being a part of a global hive mind, harvesting data for big tech at a global scale and being essentially just little nodes in a cybernetic control grid where everything is tracked, traced, controlled, and you are given resources according to a social credit system. This is what these people are pushing towards. And Sadhguru is like the spiritual face that the World Economic Forum likes to push out there in front of their little corporate meetings in Davos in Switzerland. Switzerland being a breeding ground for revolutionary activity since the 19th century and before. Right? I mean, during the rise, during the 19th century, you see a huge export of revolutionaries leaving Russia, leaving Germany, leaving France, and spending time over there in Switzerland. And isn't it interesting that Switzerland, the home of Buonarroti, like the first disciple of Babeuf's so-called conspiracy of equals, right? Babeuf's little wannabe communist revolution that never really fully got off the ground, but we saw it manifest almost 100 years later in 1917, right, with the Bolshevik uprising. Right? Babeuf's reign of Babeuf talked about we need a reign of terror, right? We need terror campaigns to bring about these revolutionary movements. His little disciple Buonarroti spent all this time in Switzerland developing his ideas, developing his networks. Lenin spent a significant amount of time in Switzerland. all these revolutionaries. And Dostoevsky uses Switzerland kind of. Dostoevsky called the revolutionary ideal, the revolutionary worldview, the Geneva idea. The Geneva idea. It shows you right there. And then that's where Davos is. And that's where these people are over there giggling and grinning like idiots. Giggling and talking about how great it is that we can openly tell these people now. We'll openly tell the extra people that we believe that they're extra. The non-essentials. We'll decide who's essential, and we'll shut down the lives of those that we deem non-essential. This is what it's about. Listen again.
I think there was a sense of relief, actually, in your frankness. You brought up some issues that others are reluctant to bring up.
Always. All the religious groups are against me because I'm talking about population. They want more souls. I want less on the planet.
Okay, so…
Who did he look at? The side over there after that creepy ass laugh.
Okay.
I want more souls. I want less on the planet.
Okay.
Wow, dude. Whoa, guy. Calm down there. All right, so yeah, Sadhguru spends a lot of time talking about these ideas over at the World Economic
Now I
Forum.
can teach you a method with which your sensory body can expand. Let's say your sensory body became as large as this hall. If you sit here, you'll experience everything here as a part of yourself because everything is within the boundaries of your sensation. This is what yoga means. Yoga means union. Yoga does not mean twisting and turning your body or standing on your head. Yoga means union. In your experience, everything became one, simply because your sensory body has been expanded. If your sensory body became as large as this world, you would experience everything as yourself. Sitting here for one moment, if you experience me as yourself, after that, do I have to teach you morality, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that? Would it be necessary for you?
So you're saying the problem is religion then?
No, no, no. The problem
Yes, but no.
is limited identification. You are identified only with this. So this is naturally
So they love to use this hypnotic language, right? This you have to dissolve the boundaries. You don't need boundaries. You are limiting yourself. You say you believe in Jesus Christ. Why can you not also believe that Satan is God? Why you not believe? You say you believe that Jesus is God. Why you not believe that Sadhguru is God? Why cannot Sadhguru be the God? Oh, you say, it's a hypnotic. There's like this induction of this hypnotic state using these words like togetherness, oneness, dissolving the boundaries. And you'll see, he's at the World Economic Forum, right? So he's talking about these ideas of oneness, of this like monadic religion, this kind of pantheism where everything is God. We're all manifestations of the one divine spark, and we all just need to come together in this global organism and work together. Does that sound familiar? Well, you are limiting yourself. If you imagine if you could connect with all the people around you, and be interconnected with all the thoughts of the people around you. Imagine you are connected via Neuralink to all the people around you, connected to all the thoughts. How will you do the crimes? How will you make a crime against Mommy Earth and and how will you not make your pee-pee in the poo-poo and instead you put a pee-pee in the vagina? You make a baby. Why? How you not do the sodomy? How you do a crime against the nature, but you not do the sodomy and you do the other way, and you make babies. How will you do that knowing that you are interconnected with all these people that they will suffer due to the consequences of your action? Yes, you listen to Sadhguru. You will listen to Sadhguru. He will teach you how to become one with everybody around you. We must integrate our mind into a global, cybernetic, spiritual network. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, right? It sounds ridiculous. But isn't it weird how all this oneness talk, all this talk about dissolving the boundaries between the individual egos and everybody caring for each other, this is the same exact language that the transhumanists use to push the ideas of connecting everybody via technology into a global hive mind. This hive mind. You like how they love that word, hive mind. They love the symbolism of the bee. They love the symbolism of the bee. Remember, Weishaupt, and we talked about this in the last Demons stream on Dostoevsky's Demons. His novel Demons, which is a historical novel that is reflecting the reality of the revolutionary worldview and exposing the worldview of the actual Illuminists, right? Weishaupt and his little Illuminist sect started in 1776. Weishaupt and his little Illuminist sect, he almost named it the Bee Order. But he thought that sounded kind of maybe a little bit weird. First, it was the perfectibilists. Right? Human nature is perfectible. We can perfect human nature and create this beautiful, new man. Man is infinitely perfectible, they believe. Now, isn't it weird that all these Masonic Illuminists all believe the same stuff that Sadhguru and some of these Indian gurus, so-called Indian gurus, believe? Isn't it weird that these gurus from India all push the Western occultism that the Illuminists believed in? Isn't that strange? Right? The syncretists, the syncretistic religious, kind of ecumenist movement, all more moving towards this global religion. Oh, it's all just the same, bro. It's all just one. They all believe the same thing. The infinite perfectibility of the human man through the use of the human will. Isn't that weird that they all believe the same thing? And even these guys, these Masonic, pseudo exposers of conspiracies like Mark Passio, they believe the same thing and teach the same Masonic ideology, the same syncretistic, Gnostic ideology, this Gnostic ideology. But anyways, it's very strange, right? Sadhguru here pushing the same ideals that Musk is pushing with Neuralink. The hive mind. Dissolve the boundaries.
They're an enemy or something to get something out of. It is a marketplace. Other people have become our marketplace. If we saw them as human beings, if you experience them as human beings, we would see how to contribute to their lives. If you see them as marketplace, you will see how to exploit them. So if you exploit them, there will be resentment. There will be, we can't live without you, but if we get a chance, we would like to do something to you. This is how the world is going on. So if the top leadership in the world, within themselves, if they experience a certain sense of union with everything around them, the very way they function will change. Why I'm saying this is, see, this is for the first time. This is for the very first time in the history of humanity. Today, we have the necessary resource, capability, technology to address every human problem on the planet.
You see that? So here we go. So he transitions from we must dissolve the boundaries. We are all connected. I'm part of you, you are part of me. We all a happy family. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family. We are sing the Barney song, and we all come together, make global government. Yay! Depopulate, make mommy Earth so happy. Water the trees with the blood of the people. And then he moves on to technology. You see how he's connecting these ideas, spirituality and technology, the clash between occultism, mind expansion, ego dissolving, and connecting ourselves. The technological appendages that will make us, infinite and invincible.
You take what you want. Nourishment, health, education, everything we can address. Only thing that's missing is, there is no inclusive consciousness. Even 50 years ago, we wouldn't be capable of, even if we intended, we could not do it. Thank you very much. I'm fine. 50 years ago, even if we wanted to do it, we did not have the capacity. Today we have the capacity and we are not… if we don't do it, that I call it as a crime against humanity. If we are not capable of it, that's different. But we are capable of it and we did not do it, that's a crime, isn't it?
Do you think, though, that religion divides?
You want me to get killed? See, the moment you believe one thing, you must understand this. Why do you believe something? Do you believe you have two hands?
They do the good cop, bad cop thing as well. Like he acts like, oh, I am not a subversive. I just want to connect everybody. I want to connect everybody. And then the girl boss, WEF, right? Single, ready to mingle, childless girl boss here. She's pushing, well, let's just get rid of religion. Religion just divides. So, these are the ideas of Sadhguru. These are the ideas of Sadhguru. No more babies, bad. Connect to technology, we all connect to each other via the technology. And that is good.
Buried under this wealth, this is our problem. So one important thing that nobody wants to touch, the elephant in the room is population. Nobody wants to address it. but we must address it. We are instituting an award for all the young women who have consciously chosen not to have children in their life. We are instituting an award because this is what needs to happen.
We give you a Sadhguru award. All the young women will promise me not to have the babies. I give you a medal. I give you gold star medal. It's a A+ gold star medal. Gold star sticker. Plastic sticker made with gold star with glitter on it. Yeah, it have glitter on it. Or Hello Kitty. We give you the Hello Kitty sticker. Gold star Hello Kitty sticker for not have the babies.
But human being means we do everything consciously. The Nepali husband and the Indian Mumbai girl need not necessarily produce a mix. You live happily. Oh. See. I'm not saying you must not have, but it is not compulsory. It is not compulsory.
It's never compulsory, right? Having children. Who's forcing anybody to have children? This is this other the hypnotic language and the framing that they use is like, oh, all the man really wants you to have babies, you know. The system's just propagandizing you and having babies. You wouldn't want to have children if TV didn't tell you that it's normal to have children. Imagine if we were in this natural, beautiful state, right? I mean, the ideas, they still, you get these ideas going back to like Rousseau, this romanticization of a past primordial state, primordial man before private property and families and monogamous relationship and belief in God. Before these things, man was in this like perfected state. They have this strange golden age inverted version of the fall, where the fall is just having private property, having monogamous relationships and families, and having communities. And some of these people, they even had these ideas. A lot of the revolutionaries had this idea that like language, right? Humans having language and using language was the fall. That we need to go back to this primordial state that's beyond language, where we have this natural communication. And in the French Revolution, we were talking about the book Fire in the Minds of Men, James H. Billington's book. Shoot, my wife just closed the door. I wanted her to get me something. So James H. Billington's book, he discusses the ideas of some of these strange ideas of some of these degenerate revolutionaries during the French Revolution, right? These 18th century and 19th century revolutionaries who believed that we need a universal primordial language. And a lot of them got into music for that idea. Now, I'm not saying music is bad, but it's just the idea that language and words are dividing, that this is just the ego, this is the primordial state that we need to go back to that's beyond language. Right? The music of the spheres, we will communicate through the music of the spheres in this great world. The people that are pushing technocracy now are also telling you this. You'll hear Joe Rogan talking about the confusion of languages. Well, we can reverse the confusion of languages if we just all interlace with this neural network, allow our bodies to be connected and our minds to be interconnected with each other. We can dissolve boundaries. Oh, this is all inevitable, they tell you. It's all inevitable. And we'll be able to communicate pre-linguistically through impulses transmitted via technological appendages that we're all a part of in this new global basically, hive mind. Right? So this is an inversion. This is a satanic Pentecost. This is what this is. The idea that you're all going to connect up to technology, we'll decrease human population. We're all going to be as one. And we have the technology to stop all this and to transcend language and to transcend the boundaries between each other and to have this ultimate state of communication through tech. It's an inverted Pentecost. And what happened on Pentecost? On Pentecost, you had a reversal of the Tower of Babel. Right? In Genesis, the Tower of Babel, the Tower of Babel. Everybody in the world trying to build this giant tower to become like God, to dethrone God. Dethrone God. And then the building of that Tower of Babel was halted, was stopped, and the languages were scattered. The tongues were confused. And Pentecost was a reversal of that Babel state. Pentecost was a reversal of that state of Babel, right, with the tongues of fire descending on the apostles, the disciples of Christ receiving the Holy Spirit, communicating with each other and understanding each other in foreign tongues. A complete reversal of Babel and a unity brought about through people becoming members of the community, of the body of Christ, right? Through this divine holy communion with Christ, bound together for eternity as members of the body of Christ. What we're looking at here is a body of something like an Antichrist, right? A body of a, cybernetic, Gnostic transcendence of matter, of confusion, of ego, through an integration into a technological control grid that we will be a part of, but will lose our personhood within. Or then they tell you you're going to live eternally through this. This is how you can live forever. And it's all lies. It's all lies. It's all lies. These are the same people that are telling you to starve yourselves on nutrient-deficient vegan diets. These are the same people that are telling you to sterilize yourselves, to spay and neuter yourselves. But yeah, no, they're gonna let you live forever. They're gonna help you live forever. Just choose to be childless. Oh, it's sustainable. You're gonna be the girl boss of your own life, women. You don't want to have children. They're just gonna hold you back. It's all lies. You think Sadhguru, the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, you think they're going to take care of you? You think the state's going to take care of you when you're old and ugly? You think the state's going to take care of you when you have no ability to move around, when you're senile, unable to work, and useless to this system that they're building? Absolutely not. The state's not going to take care of you when you're old. The state's not going to love you when you're old. A global hive mind is not going to care about you. But your family will. Having real community and extended family will. All right? And family goes beyond just like an insulated, single, so-called nuclear family. Even that was a propaganda campaign in the U.S. The whole idea of the nuclear family. Family is the extended family. Family is your cousins, your grandparents. Historically, multiple generations would live in the same household, on the same land, work that together, collaborate and work with each other. But what they're going to bring in, after they brought in this idea of the nuclear family, where these little nucleuses just go and leave and they move somewhere different, disconnect from their parents, disconnect from their grandparents, disconnect from their brothers and sisters, right? Even that was propaganda to atomize communities, right? But what they want now is for you to not have kids at all. The state's not going to take care of you. Sadhguru is not going to take care of you. They'll offer you suicide pods after you are unable to live in your Kum pod, in your scientifically managed control grid in the smart cities. That's what they'll offer you. They don't offer you real love. They offer you fraternity, a false fraternity in the global brotherhood of man, but it's not real love. You think Sadhguru would die for anybody? You think this freaking self-absorbed, narcissistic, wannabe wizard, manipulator of consciousness, you think this dude would die for anybody? This guy helped to facilitate, I forgot about this, Sadhguru helped to facilitate the voluntary suicide of his wife. I talked about this a couple years ago on a stream. He helped to facilitate the voluntary suicide, euthanization of his wife, and he's an advocate for euthanization. Oh, but I will kill you out of love. I will tell you to malnourish yourself out of love. I will tell you to live a masturbatory life of self-fulfilling nonsense, gobbledygook, Disney adult lifestyle because I love you. No, this guy doesn't love you. Klaus Schwab doesn't love you. But your family will, your children will. Your children, if you raise them right, if you love them, your children will take care of you in your elder years. Your extended family will love you. Hopefully you would take care of your parents too, because a lot of us might be in that position very soon, perhaps sooner than we thought, with all of these happy, healthy, mandatory medical interventions going around these days, right? So these people do not care about you. These people will sell their wife. These people will advocate for your voluntary suicide and extermination. These people are nuts. These people are nuts. All right, let me come over here and say what's up in Rockfin. You guys got any tips over there? Rockfin's slow on the tips today. Got that one tip from Johnny. Thank you very much, Johnny, over there. You guys who are watching on YouTube, make sure to share the videos, like the videos, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and support the stream if you feel so inclined. And if you wish to support yourself and support your own health, which is under constant attack, constant barrage, right? There is a full-on attack on all of our health, right? Physical, spiritual, psychological. You are under full-on assault by these freaking degenerates like Sadhguru out there. Sadhguru, he will tell you, make sure you do not support your own health. Do not go to choq.com, choq.com, to use the code BIG50 for 50% off store-wide on all the highest quality adaptogen to help your body to function well. He will tell you, you should not do this. Sadhguru, I tell you, do not use that code. If you use that code, you get 50% off. These highest quality adaptogens you can find, these will help your body and mind to function as they are meant to. You do not want that. You want to remain in a soyified state. We want you to destroy yourself. These people that try to help you desoy yourself, Sadhguru wants you to destroy yourself. That's what you got to do, though. These people want you to destroy yourself. We're over here trying to help you desoy yourself. These people trying to spread all this nonsense, dietary, environmental, physical, and mental. Get your body working right. Get your hormones working right. Hit them up at choq.com. I'm a huge fan of the daily as well as the Tomcat 100. That Tomcat 100 extract, the only clinically researched Tomcat oil extract to support healthy hormone metabolism, healthy hormone balance. It is a super adaptogen. Tomcat is great for both men and women. For ladies, it is known to improve, how we say this in a nice way, improve sexual function. In men, it is known to improve hormone balance significantly. Significant increase in testosterone production. Right? If your endocrine system is functioning right, you will be producing the right amount of hormones. Also, I love the Shilajit, that Shilajit extract. It's standardized. I think it's over 50% fulvic acids. The highest quality purified Shilajit. I take the daily every day. Those are the three that I take every day. My wife loves the ashwagandha. The ashwagandha is great for decreasing stress levels. I really like ashwagandha at night. In the evening, it's nice, helps you to kind of relax, calm down, and sleep a little bit better. But all the highest quality stuff over there at choq.com. Get yourself some. And even more importantly than that Big 50 coupon code, you can get that Big 50, 50% off store-wide. But if you use the coupon code BIG53LIFE, BIG53LIFE will get you 53% off, a little bit extra boost there, 53% off all subscriptions for life. All right, so you don't have to remember to re-up monthly. Remember, adaptogens like that Tomcat 100, there is a loading period in the clinical studies. Within 90 days, you see a significant increase in testosterone production. Not just that, but also accompanying mental clarity, improvement in immune system function, and all that. Hit them up at choq.com, choq.com. If you use Big 53 Life, Big 53 Life, BIG for all the bigots, Big 53 Life, you will get 53% off all subscriptions for life, or that Big 50 for 50% off store-wise. So shout out to Choq, highest quality adaptogens. All right, back to, this is the stuff that's Sadhguru. Our boy Sadhguru over here, he don't want you touching that stuff. There is no extra planet. We must kill all the people. Kill all the people so that we have happy, healthy future. All right, so that's Sadhguru. I'm sick of listening to this prick Sadhguru. Sadhguru, but he's got a lot of influence. He's got a lot of influence, and isn't it funny that the ideas he's pushing, the ideas that the World Economic Forum are implanting in women and men's minds about decreasing human population, about how it's so bad to have kids, it's not even fun to have kids, oh, they're so gross, they're so icky. These are being normalized by mass media all over. So our friends over here at The Guardian, remember the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation donates significantly to The Guardian. We have looked at the also groups like the Open Philanthropy Foundation, the Open Philanthropy Fund, I think they were called, donating massive amounts of money to The Guardian to run anti-meat propaganda constantly, to animal rights propaganda. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and other foundations like the philanthropists over the Open Society Foundation, they love to donate to journalists and to propaganda rags like The Guardian to push the ideas and the ideals that they want out there in your heads. So The Guardian, for all the infantilized Disney adults, the infantilized empowered girl bosses who are totally just rocking it. There's so many girl bosses out there, they're totally rocking it. They decided not to have children. They're living their best life, their single life. They don't need no man in their life. They prefer to have a new man every week or maybe every few months in their life. Their guardian is the guardian. I don't need parental guardians for me. I'm 39 years old. You're not my dad. The guardian's my dad. Isn't that selfish? Why we don't have kids? And created a series about it. The Guardian. They made a whole series on people not wanting to have children. More women like me are choosing to be child-free. Is this the age of opting out? Don't know if you want a baby? This is how I found my answer. Being child-free. 5 women on why they chose not to have kids. So we're going to watch The Guardians. A little clip here from The Guardians.
I think children are brilliant. I think they have so much to teach adults.
Looks down knowing she's lying to herself. I mean, that chick, she's probably, she's young enough. She's like 22, right? Okay, we get it. You don't want kids. But you know what's sad? By the time this chick who's 22 years old now, promiscuous on Tinder, right, multiple sexual partners, every sexual partner she has is making it less likely for her to have the ability to pair bond and have a true, emotionally healthy and spiritually and psychologically healthy relationship. Every sexual partner you have, as a young lady or as a young man, the more sexual partners you have, the less likely you are to ever have a fulfilling, bonding relationship with another human being. It's just science. I mean, they've studied this. Right? These social psychologists and so-called social scientists have done studies on this to find ways to manipulate you into the anti-fertility cult of modernity. And it's so sad. Promiscuity results in the destruction of your ability to have a healthy relationship. And this is why you see the heads of the leaders of these feminist movements. This is why you see in the Soviet Union, the USSR, this woman Kollontai, who was like twice divorced, involved in all these weird promiscuous relationships. She was married to one brother, then left him for another brother. And she was like the head of the family policy in the Soviet Union. I forget her first name, Kollontai. We covered this, the sexual revolution in Russia, right? Pre-Bolshevik Revolution and Bolshevik Revolution. Sexual degeneracy being pushed in order to destroy the structure of the culture and the structure of the society. And this resulted in disaster. The Soviet Union had to reverse their super liberal divorce laws, alimony laws, and abortion laws because so many people were being raised without fathers, so many children were being raised without fathers, that the criminality was out of control, just like you see now. Right? Criminality was out of control in the Soviet Union due to the dissolving of the family. They were promoting the ideas of promiscuity, promoting the polyamorous relationships, non-traditional relationships, cohabitation, all this stuff. They were promoting these ideas, and the propaganda that the Bolsheviks were putting on, that the Soviets were putting on, was that monogamous relationships and families was a bourgeois idea. This is the bourgeois ideal is family, right? This is an oppressive. This is the patriarchy, right? This is an oppressive bourgeois idea, and we need to dissolve this. Well, it ended up with disaster. It ended up with broken homes, criminality, and people unable to work, people unmotivated. So they had to kind of bring back this traditional family model in the Soviet Union, because all this stuff that they're pushing now was a failure. You saw demographic collapse, and you saw the cities become slums, right? Rife with prostitution, petty theft, and all sorts of degeneracy. This light's so bright in my eyes. Pushing it back a little bit. So this poor girl here, she's 22 years old, 23 years old, whatever. Got to convince herself, I'm an empowered woman. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna get my master's degree. I'm gonna be a hot teacher and be like, teach the kids how to be like super progressive and cool. I got a Tinder. I'd be swiping left on all the dudes that want families, swiping right to the dudes that just want to bang it out, right? I don't know. I might have gotten the swiping direction wrong. Well, I apologize. I apologize. I'm not on Tinder. I'm on Grindr. No, I'm just kidding. This chick, she's like 22 years old. She's destroying her ability to ever pair bond. She's trying to convince herself. You see it in this clip, right?
That's how I see it.
Nowadays. So serious. Totally. I totally feel that way. I would hate to have a healthy relationship. It's gross. She's telling herself this, and she's hyping herself up to believe this nonsense. She thinks it's cool. The propaganda reinforces it. She maybe got some daddy issues, whatever it is. But by the time she's like 36, 37 years old, and maybe starts to have some regrets, she's probably not going to be fertile anymore. With the way things are going as far as fertility rates go physically. Right? How many young couples need like in vitro fertilization now? The fertility rates have plummeted. And it's not just because people are choosing, their physical aspects as well. People's hormones, microplastics, all the stuff in the food and the water. Right? This is why we're always trying to get people on proper human diets. Right? They're trying to suppress your cholesterol, telling you cholesterol is bad. That's the building block of sex steroid hormones. So by the time this chick is in her mid to late 30s, and maybe she decides, oh, maybe I should have a family, she's going to be past her prime. She's going to be played out. She's going to be clapped out. No dude's going to want her anymore. She's not going to be as attractive. She's going to be an emotional and psychological mess from all the Tinder rendezvous she's had, right? From all the unfulfilling relationships that she's had and all these sexual encounters she's had that's broken her ability to pair bond, and she's not going to be able to have a family once she actually wants one. This is what's so sad. They want you to put it off until it's too late. And ladies, 35 might be too late. Ladies, 34 might be too late. The way things are going now, with the environmental toxins that we're exposed to, with the sperm counts in men decreasing dramatically, the clock is ticking. And no, it's not just some virtuous thing just to have a family. But it is something that's blessed, right? Monasticism, or in the Orthodox Christian worldview, right? It's blessed too. The monastic life is blessed, right? To live like the angels, as it says in the epistles of Paul, right? It is blessed, but only if it's done for the right reasons. It's not blessed. It's not this awesome, amazing thing to be an empowered girl slut, to be a 36-year-old woman child spending her days as a freaking wine cat mom. Right? That's not something that's going to be fulfilling. Right? Now, a monastic life or foregoing marriage in order to really you unite yourself to God, to Christ through repentance. This is what the monastic life does offer us. But the world is telling you, and the mass media is telling you, yeah, you should be a freaking a wine mom, cat mom, empowered girl boss, sustainable development pod dweller, right? Chewing up your Zoloft and chasing it down with a mimosa to watch Netflix with your cats. Right? An empowered, promiscuous girl boss. It's a lie. You will not be empowered. All right, how long we've been going here? Almost 2 hours. Look at the bigots over there. On YouTube, on Rockfin. I don't know if we've had a couple. It's weird. YouTube, it'll get up to like a certain amount of viewers and it'll drop in half. Almost like YouTube is glitching out. Rockfin is working good. Rockfin be rocking it. Rockfin is working really well. Nothing wrong over there on Rockfin. All right, so we've got... You guys are watching on Rockfin, make sure to share the videos, like the videos, hit the thumbs up, right? If you're watching on Rockfin, also, make sure to upgrade to a subscription. If you get that subscription, you're going to get access to all the premium members content across the whole platform. Right, our buddy Jay's on here. You got Sam Tripoli's up on Rockfin. Jonathan Pajot is now on Rockfin. And we've got tons of awesome premium members content over here on Rockfin as well. And we will be putting out more of that premium content on Rockfin. Remember, YouTube... quite censored these days. Rockfin, we can say what we want. We can say what we want. We can do what we want on Rockfin. If you guys are watching, ladies or gentlemen, your fertility isn't just dependent on your choices as far as, do I want to have babies? Do I not want to have babies? There are physical aspects as well. Dudes, you want to get your hormones straight. Ladies, you want to get your hormones right. Obviously, first of all, get your diet in line, right? Eating a diet of proper foods that will nourish you, give you the nutrients you need and the building blocks you need for those sex steroid hormones so that you can be healthy and function, that is crucial, right? That's what we got over at the website. If you check out the links in the description, you can check out the Carnivore Cookbook. Let me find that one. There it is. Get yourself a copy. The Carnivore Cookbook, 0-carb recipes for people who really love animals. The Carnivore Cookbook, all animal foods in that one. Solid cookbook for learning how to properly prepare quality animal foods. These are the foods that are most crucial for fertility, right? The most crucial foods for fertility, if you look at anthropological studies, especially by Weston A. Price in his book, Nutrition and Physical Degeneration. He's traveling around and looking at these various peoples and their dietary habits surrounding fertility. And he found that they all focused on and prized animal foods for fertility. Things like iodine, saturated fat, DHA, EPA. These are only found in animal foods. Get yourself a copy of the Carnivore Cookbook. You can find that over at primaledgehealth.com. There's a link in the description below. And then also, if you want to support your health, your hormones, make sure to hit up choq.com, CHOQ.com. Use that code BIG50. If you're a dude, the daily is something I take on the daily. That has the purified shilajit in it, clinically studied and tested and proven to increase free and total testosterone levels. Also, that Tomcat 100 extract. That Tomcat 100, also significant, powerful adaptogen to help your body adapt to the stresses. It is to the stresses of everyday life. It is a super adaptogen that also helps to boost and improve hormone function and production. So you can hit up choq.com, choq.com, use that coupon code BIG50 to get 50% off store-wide over there at choq.com. Or you can use that coupon code BIG53LIFE, BIG53LIFE, to get 53% off store-wide at choq.com. Get yourself chalked up while you still can. They are pushing legislation to restrict our access to quality supplements. The FDA wants to remove things like this from the market, stuff that actually works. So while it's still legal to be healthy and to take care of yourself, take care of yourself. Hit them up at choq.com, choq.com. Boom. There we go. Look at this. We got a tip over here. Sid Meister dropping another tip. Sid Meister donating $10 over here on Streamlabs. You guys make sure to support yourself and support your health over there at choq.com, or you can support the show using those Streamlabs donations. Sid donated $10. Is off topic. I was wondering if you could briefly go over your opinion on deworming / the I word. The Ivermec word. We are on YouTube, so it's like, not really a topic you're supposed to talk about over here on YouTube. Thank you for the donation, Sid Meister. As far as like as a medicine, I think if you look up the studies on that particular drug, there seems to be a case for its efficacy and use in many different applications. It's something that you use in livestock, right? So here you have, you've got for livestock like pigs, right? For swine, you can use it. Chickens as well. All right, you can give it in relatively large doses in cattle and in ruminants. It's something that people have been using a long time for their animals. So for farm animals, I know that it's safe because we have used it on farm animals. We don't need to deworm our farm animals very often here. In fact, probably don't really need to do it at all. For our cattle and for our sheep, we don't deworm them at all. Right? We give them 0 injections. Right? Sometimes after birth, though, as I lied. After birth, we'll give a vitamin injection with calcium, iodine, and it's got calcium and iodine, and I forget what the other component is. But there's one injection we give them after birth, just to kind of boost their immune system, give them some minerals. We give them mineral salts as well in the ruminants, but we don't deworm them. And we use an intensive grazing technique where we have like a FLIRD. We use sheep and cattle together, which I really like, because they provide a dead end to their parasites, right? The sheep parasites can't live in the cattle parasites can't live in the sheep, so they give like a dying zone for those parasites. But also, if you don't keep them on the same pasture for too long, they don't get a chance for the parasite cycle to re-enter them. So the parasites get, crapped out, die off. Interesting, right? So anyways, as far as farm and livestock goes, that is something that farmers have used for a long time, and it's safe and effective in those animals. All right. Thank you very much, Sid. Thank you, everybody who's watching the show. Share the video, like the video, do all that. I'm going to show you one more thing here. One more thing here. Where'd it go? All right, here it is. Okay. Talking about empowered ladies, empowered girl bosses. We've got over on Instagram, Business Insider dropped a article. More and more women just don't want children. Kids are expensive and sticky. I mean, there's a slew of these articles getting put out all the time. So Business Insider dropping this nonsense, posted it with a little bit of commentary, and then got, let's see, I don't know if you guys can see this. We had a great interaction with an empowered girl boss, Callie K. I think she deleted her comment. But, I actually think there's a better quality one over. Hold on. Bear with me here. I'm going to share this lovely comment with you guys. Here we go. I got the screenshots on Twitter here. This one's better. It's loading. Okay. How's my connection? I think my connection's been really good. I think we got a solid connection today, as far as the internet quality goes. We got good quality internet today. All right, so we've got an empowered girl boss dropping in on the page on Instagram. I'm finally not shadow banned on Instagram, which is fantastic. More and more women just don't want children. Kids are expensive and sticky. By Hillary Hoffauer. Hillary Hoffauer. Jarvis, check the early life on that Hillary Hoffauer, please. She's got the Shiva imagery. Sadhguru's favorite deity, Shiva. She's got her laptop there, then of course her single serving of food. She's got her cell phone, her heart in her hand, and a baby. How can you choose between all these things? Oh my goodness, what's a gal gonna do? What's an empowered girl boss gonna do? Well, Callie K here. She didn't like my commentary. Right? She didn't like my commentary. I said, what did I say? Commentary is the people funding this weaponized pop culture will not take care of you when you're old. Your children will. The state will not love you when you're old and ugly. Your children will. It takes a constant barrage of this propaganda to dupe us into believing families are somehow a burden. Families a blessing. Children are a blessing. It's like, oh man, like big controversial statement there, right? Oh, children are a blessing. Families are a blessing. Children are not just awful and expensive and sticky. Callie, empowered girl boss, says, nah, we really don't want them. LOL. They are expensive and sticky. And it's, look, I wasn't trying to, I think Callie was a little bit offended at my response. Oops, now you can see it. Sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see it. There we go. Callie, she didn't really like my response. I'm not trying to be mean to you, Callie. But it is really easy to guess. Really easy to guess the lifestyle and sometimes like the history of the people that are going to make comments like this. So sometimes, somebody leaves me a cheeky comment, someone comes and talks some trash. I might throw it back at them. So I played a guessing game. I played the guessing game with Callie. I said, let me guess. Single, promiscuous, an enjoyer of recreational drugs? And boy, I must have been really wrong, right? I must have been way off with that guess. No way is she single, promiscuous, and enjoys recreational drugs. I must have been just totally way off base. No way could I be right. And she came back with this. At Primal Edge Health, you would love to think that. Own my own company. Just left a relationship that didn't meet my needs. And enjoy legal cannabis. I'm from a small town where everyone made that mistake young. And I have traveled and understand there's more to life than the status quo. I see a huge difference in women settling down in small towns with limited options versus my beautiful and driven friends in larger cities. Men and women understand they have options and don't need to marry and reproduce to survive anymore. Well, thanks, Callie. I mean, Callie, you could have just said yes. Single, promiscuous, and enjoy recreational drugs. But instead, you give me a wall of text telling me just how you're just kicking ass. You're just slaying it. And you're just totally happy with these decisions. Oh, man. So, I mean, you could have just said, yeah. You could have just said, yeah. But she kept going, too. She kept going, too. She fact-checked us. This dude came on and said, you literally confirmed you are single-use drugs and is inferred. No. Okay, well, I might be literally single, promiscuous, and enjoyer of recreational drugs, but there's more to the story. Okay? This is like my totally rockin' choice. I'm just killing it. I'm slaying it. I'm loving it. I'm empowered. I'm sustainable. I'm a queen. I run my own business. I'm empowered. All right, so Callie didn't get that I think she must have gotten it later, because I realized I went to try to see if she added more to the conversation. And Callie had unfortunately deleted the comments. So she responded to Love and Lasers. She says, "You're missing the context. I have not been single. I recently chose to be again because I prioritize myself. His question was recreational drugs, and I stand behind natural medicine, and I use cannabis medically. Start calling cannabis recreational drugs, and you'll get a lot of pushback from more than just me. I'm being honest for the sake of conversation to open your small mindset that people do not have to marry and procreate for survival or happiness anymore. Fulfillment comes in many forms." I mean, it's like, okay, again, Callie. My love, Callie. Empowered, entrepreneur, voluntarily single. We get it. He wasn't fulfilling your needs. You wanted to do you. You needed to do you. He wasn't helping you to do you. You want something that's going to appreciate you for the magical, empowered, single woman that you really are inside. We get it. But you also could have just said, yeah, dude, you're right. Single, promiscuous, and enjoy recreational drugs. But no. You gotta tell me why your weed is medicinal. It's medicinal weed. I need it for my anxiety. I get depressed if I don't smoke all day, every day. I need my bong rips, my medicinal bong tokes, first thing in the morning. Okay, thank you, Callie. Thank you. Anyways, you got Sadhguru, World Economic Forum's top, quite sad and pathetic guru. You've got the empowered girl bosses that he's empowering. And then you've got people who see through this nonsense, and understand that having a family is a huge blessing, that your fertility window is shrinking as you age. It's not easy to have children after you get into your 30s. It's not as easy. Anyways, having children is blessed. Not everyone's got to have children. I'm not just here mocking people who don't have children, right? There are people who are unable to for various reasons, medical reasons and whatnot. But like thinking that you're doing something empowering so you can just do you, or for the planet, because there are too many people on the planet, you must give up having the babies, because all the poor insects, you want them to flourish. But if you have too many babies, the insects, the poor insects, the cockroaches will die. Those are bullshit reasons not to have children. Right, having families is blessed. Having extended families is freaking awesome. Multi-generational households are able to help each other with children, with the raising of children, with the elderly as they age, and with general work. Right? This is why people have historically lived close by with their families, worked the land together, labored together to raise healthy, happy families and communities. But it's got to be based on real good first principles, right? It's got to be actually based on truth, right? On real good. And that's not going to come from Disney Plus. You're not going to see real truth in your your World Economic Forum, young global leaders, and boomer global gurus like Sadhguru. You're going to find that in real community. You're going to find that in real family. Ultimately, you're going to find that in Christ, right? That's where the truth comes from Christ. Truth only comes from God. So anyways, y'all, don't fall for the propaganda. Take care of yourself. They want you to destroy yourself. They want you to self-destruct. They're programming us to self-destruct, and we have to push back. And how do we push back? We don't just push back by talking trash. We don't just push back by telling people that Sadhguru sucks. That could be a small part of it. We push back by building real communities, real families, by taking care of ourselves, by taking care of our health, and by passing that on to the next generation. Right? By truly turning away from all this insanity of the world and embracing what's true and what's good. And that's not always easy. And it's not always fun. And this whole thing about, oh, life's just meant to be fun, bro. We're just meant to have a good time. That's propaganda that's meant to get you to destroy yourself. Oh, just eat, drink, and be merry. Just eat, drink, and be happy. Absolute self-destruction comes from that. Hedonism leads to self-destruction. All right, so we got to be able to truly love people. We got to be able to truly give of ourselves if we're going to even have children or have really real communities. So we got to have examples of that as well, right? We got to surround ourselves with those examples. We've got to start to live up to those examples as well. So anyways, y'all, make sure to share the videos, like the videos, share these with your friends and family. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that stuff. Drop a tip if you're so inclined. Support the stream by dropping the tip via Streamlabs if you're watching on YouTube. And then also support yourself, support your own health by hitting them up at chalk.com. And using that coupon code, remember, Big53Life will get you 53% off all subscriptions for life on the highest quality adaptogens and natural supplements over there at choq.com. Or you can use that coupon code Big50 for 50% off store-wide. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Good night.